Good morning, children. So once again, we are meeting in lecture 2 of our revision part. That is chapter 1, Arrivals of Europeans in India. Now see, children, before going to lecture 2, let us revise something about lecture 1. Review of lecture 1. Now in lecture 1, I told you how all these things happened, how the dominance of British power established in India. बराबर है? वो सब मैंने आपको बताया था. After 3 Karnataka wars, see the main turning point. हम ऐसे बोलते हैं ब्रिटिश ने इधर आके हुकूमत एस्टैब्लिश किया, वैसे ही नहीं हुआ था. The main turning point in history, right? Right? The main turning point of establishment of British rule in India in history is 3 Karnataka wars. The main incident was this. अच्छा कैसे? मैं आपको समझाता हूँ. सबसे पहले डोमिनेशन किसका था? पोर्चुगीज का. बराबर है? तकरीबन 100 साल तक पोर्चुगीज ने ट्रेड में डोमिनेट किया हिंदुस्तान में. Then Dutch came, but Dutch were not as powerful and as clever as Portuguese. बराबर है? Now British came. That was almost 102 years. That is called 1600 AD. East India Company was established. They wanted to come to India. But unfortunately, because of dominance of Portuguese, who were present in India since 100 years, British were not able to obtain permission. So, permission was cancelled. Once again, they made an attempt to come to India in 1613 AD. And they started trading activities when they got permission. अच्छा, उस वक्त क्या हुआ? तो मैं आपको ग्राफिकली समझाता हूँ. ये हमारा गुजरात है, बराबर है? ये इंडिया है, ऐसे, बराबर है? ऐसे. तो इसमें जो प्रॉब्लम हुआ था, वो क्या हुआ था? कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल they established a center at सूरत, बराबर? They established a center at सूरत. सूरत में जो एस्टैब्लिश किया था सेंटर, उसका जो प्रॉब्लम था कि भाई चलो ब्रिटिश इधर आए, उसने सूरत में अपना कोठी बनाया, सब कुछ हुआ, लेकिन उस वक्त जो वेस्टर्न इंडिया था, ये हिस्सा था, उसमें मराठास बहुत पावरफुल थे उस वक्त. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 17th century when ब्रिटिश came to India. तो अब सोचो, उसको पोर्चुगीज से भी डर था, क्योंकि पोर्चुगीज 100 साल में एस्टैब्लिश हो गए थे, ब्रिटिश नए थे, एंड दे हैव सीन द प्रॉस्पेरिटी ऑफ पोर्चुगीज. अच्छा, वेस्ट में मराठा पावरफुल थे. तो तकलीफ ये हुई कि इधर दे वर नॉट सिक्योर, ओवर हियर. So they made up their mind to shift their base from Surat to Madras. That is called Madras. I am saying Madras, not Chennai, no? Madras. उस वक्त का क्या था? फोर्ट जॉर्ज. बराबर? उस वक्त का क्या था? फोर्ट जॉर्ज. They shifted their base to Madras. अच्छा, meantime, French people came to India, but as French proved to be more powerful in South India, now see there was a commotion between these two. In West, Maratha were powerful. When they shifted their base to South, at that time, these people were powerful. This we call French people. So ultimately, what happened? they shifted their base once again to Canada over here. Fort Williams. Fort Williams, Canada. मतलब Canada was a safe place compared to सूरत और मद्रास. तो ईस्ट में इतनी माथाकुट नहीं थी. This was the safe destination. So coming to India, they settled in Surat. Then they shifted to Madras. Then they shifted to Fort Williams, that is called Calcutta. और इधर से हमारी कहानी शुरू होती है. That is lecture number 2. आया समझ में? इधर से उन लोग की कहानी शुरू होती है. अच्छा, इसके पहले I told you about 3 Carnatic wars, which was fought between British and French. Now, in these 3 wars, British emerged victorious. So, the reputation of British in India considerably grew to a great extent. आया समझ में? The reputation of British grew to great extent. And hence, a number of small and big kings and kingdoms started to look over British as a good people. Right? So the goodwill, उसकी जो इज्जत थी हमारे हिंदुस्तान में, वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बढ़ने लगी. और उसका उन्होंने पूरा फायदा उठाया. और तकरीबन 50 साल में they established a strong foothold in Fort Williams, that is called Calcutta. They were the single people here present in Calcutta. Now, the greed started. जिसको लालच बोलते हैं, लोभ बोलते हैं, उसका जन्म हुआ. क्योंकि पूरा इंडिया का पॉलिटिकल बैकग्राउंड उन लोगों ने इतने साल में स्टडी कर लिया, उन लोग को इतना समझ में आया कि there is no political unity among kings. They are constantly fighting against each other. और दूसरी बात यह है, 50 साल में उन लोगों ने इतना सीख लिया हिंदुस्तान में कि पूरे हिंदुस्तान में घर घर पे जयचंद और अमितचंद मौजूद है. हमारा काम आसान हो जाएगा. तो वैसा ही उन लोगों ने फोर्ट विलियम्स से शुरू किया. ये उसका मेन ट्रेडिंग सेंटर था. ट्रेडिंग सेंटर के आड़ में उन लोगों ने किला बनाना शुरू किया, फोर्ट बनाना शुरू किया. एट दैट टाइम, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 1751. 1750 के बाद के समय में बता रहा. 1751 में सिराज उदौला बंगाल का नवाब बना. बराबर. सिराज उदौला was knowing all these activities. उसको ब्रिटिश का फ्यूचर प्लान मालूम था कि वो आगे जाके क्या करने वाला था. लेकिन उसकी एक ही कमी थी, मतलब ड्रॉबैक था, कि वो हॉटी नेचर था. बात में किसी का झगड़ा मोड़ लेना, किसी के साथ ये करना वो करना. इसीलिए हिस्ट्री में ऐसा बोला जाता है कि उसके दोस्त से ज्यादा दुश्मन थे. सिराज उदौला के दोस्त से ज्यादा दुश्मन थे. और इसीलिए जब सिराज उदौला became the Nawab of Bengal, because Calcutta falls in Bengal, right? When he got the news that British are building a courthouse to safeguard their trade, and in that courthouse, not only trade, they were training a small army. तो ये तो बात क्या बात नहीं. आप व्यापारी हो या लड़ाई करने आए हो. तो इसीलिए he ordered his army to pull down the courthouse. बराबर है? To pull down the courthouse. आर्मी ने ठीक वैसा ही किया कि भाई चलो, this is totally illegal. You cannot build courthouse over here because you are traders. आप व्यापारी हो. आप इधर युद्ध करने आए हैं कि व्यापार करने आए हैं? और व्यापारी को कोठी की क्या जरूरत है? इसीलिए when the coatis were pulled down, British became angry, क्योंकि उसकी जो सच्चाई थी, बाहर से वो अच्छे दिखते थे, लेकिन मन में जो उसकी गंदी चाल थी, रमत थी उसकी, वो एक्सपोज हो गई. इसीलिए they became furious. Now, comparatively, Siraj-ud-Dawla was having a huge army, and British were just handful, but still they were frustrated, angry on Siraj-ud-Dawla. क्या करें? So, at that time, Robert Clive was stationed in Madras. At that time, he was a chief of British forces. जो छोटा सा आदमी था उसका. Robert Clive, when got the news in Madras कि the Fort Williams की जो कोठीज बनाई है, वो सिराज-उद-दौला ने गिरा दी है. तो वो छोटा सा आर्मी लेके, छोटा सा मतलब सिर्फ 1300 का आर्मी लेके वो पहुंचा फोर्ट विलियम्स. मीन्स क्या करना, सारा इंसिडेंट स्टडी किया. He wanted to teach a lesson to Siraj-ud-Dawla, right? But after studying the technical aspects of the Nawab of Bengal, he came to know that Nawab of Bengal had an army of 66,000. Siraj-ud-Dawla के पास कितनी आर्मी थी? 66,000. और ब्रिटिश के पास कितनी थी? मात्र 1300. तो ये तो भाई कोई बात नहीं हुई. अगर आउटराइट बैटल होती है तो 66,000 आर्मी can defeat these 1,300 people. And that is why, instead of fighting outright war, he hatched a plan. How to get rid of such a huge army without losing this 1,300? वो भी देखने वाली बात थी. Because compared to British army, Siraj's army was very, very large. Basically, you cannot compare this. See, you take out the ratio of 66,000 into 1,300 by 1,300. It is not possible. Ratio आता ही नहीं है, देखो. तो इसीलिए ब्रिटिश ने स्टडी किया कि सिराज को 2 से ज्यादा दुश्मन है. Then they started to collect information about all these things, gather information of all these things, and they started to bribe the people who were against Siraj-ud-Dawla. Understood? They started to find these people who were not happy with Siraj. And in this search, they got a handful of people. One was Sheikh Amichand, and other was his commander-in-chief. Understood? These two people, Sheikh Amichand, proved to be the financier of war against Siraj. His commander-in-chief, Mir Jafar, he was bribed in such a way that if war takes place, you become inactive, and the price of your inactiveness will be, you will be a next lord, means you will be a next king of Bengal province. Jafar मान गया, right? Whole plan was made, and ultimately, according to plan, this small army, I could not say small but tiny army, clashed with a huge army of Siraj-ud-Dawla, that is called Nawab of Bengali, plains of Plasi. Plasi is a small village, open space at that time, located 35 to 40 kilometers away from Calcutta. तो इसीलिए ये वॉर उधर हुई, तो इसको बोलते हैं बैटल ऑफ प्लासी. Right? That was the first foothold of establishment of British rule in India. वो अपने रूल की तरफ पहला कदम था. Right? So I'm moving on this map rather. Right? Battle of Plaza. Sorry, 56. Right? On one side it was Nawab of Bengal. Right? That is Siraj Udwala. And on the other side it was British with Amichan and coordinated by Mir Jafar. Right? So, the battle took place in the plains of Plassey, which is called Battle of Plassey. Right? And this battle proved to be the first foothold of establishment of British rule in India. Right? It proved to be the first foothold of establishing their rule in India. So this is my topic. Background आपको समझ में आ गया पक्का? Now I will read out the topic. Page number 5. Okay, from your textbook. Come on. Battle of Plassey. Okay. Siraj-ud-Dowla was ruling over Bengal due to his impulsive nature. Impulsive nature means haughty nature. और इसकी वजह से मैंने अभी आपको बताया इंट्रोडक्शन में, दोस्त की बजाय उसके दुश्मन ज्यादा थे, ऐसा समझ में, had some opponents in the state. During this period, British East India Company built a fortress around the trading centers of Calcutta under the pretext of security reason. रीजन क्या था फोर्ट्रेस बनाने का? सिक्योरिटी के वास्ते. ओके, ये बात अगर सही है तो कोई बात नहीं है, लेकिन सिक्योरिटी की आड़ में उधर आर्मी ट्रेनिंग होती थी, इसीलिए सिराज ने वो फोर्ट्स गिराने का आदेश दिया. राइट? विदाउट टेकिंग परमिशन फ्रॉम द नवाब. बट नवाब smelled some ill wish in this. Ill wish means कोई गलत हो रहा है. सिक्योरिटी के वास्ते छोटा सा आर्मी है, नवाब है, उसका प्रोटेक्शन है, तो भैया इतना बड़ा फोर्ट बनाने की क्या जरूरत है? आपने कभी देखा है कोई व्यापारी अपने दुकान या गोडाउन में बड़ा सा किला बनाता है? ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता. बट नवाब smelled some ill wish in this activity. So, he ordered to destroy the fortress. Understood? When the news reached Madras, that is called Chennai, a small army of the company, headed by Robert Clive, reached Bengal to help Calcutta. और जाके जब स्टडी किया तो सिराज के पास तो 66,000 का आर्मी था, और इधर आर्मी का कंटेंट कितना था? सिर्फ 1300. Right? In spite of such a huge army, they realized they can defeat the Nawab in the war. मतलब इलीगल तरीके से. भले सिराज का कितना भी बड़ा आर्मी है, तो भी हम उसको हरा सकते हैं. वॉर कहाँ करने का है? We don't want to fight outright. हमको ट्रेचरी करनी है, गद्दारी करनी है, इसमें वॉर कहां से आया? राइट? सो रॉबर्ट क्लाइव resorted to treachery, a conspiracy. Conspiracy means sajish, plan. In order to defeat Nawab, his commander-in-chief Mir Jafar, right, and Sheikh Amichan were bribed. शेख अमीचंद ने फाइनेंशियल मदद की ब्रिटिश की, और जाफर was in command in chief, was bribed by attracting him to be a next Nawab of Mecca, right? According to this plan, a war was declared on the ground of small village called Plaza. Hence, it is called Battle of Plaza. Mir Jafar lost the battle because everything was pre-planned. स्क्रिप्ट तो पहले से लिखी गई थी, सिर्फ ड्रामा ही करना था, है समझ में? सिराजुद्दौला was defeated. Due to Robert Clive's treachery, the Battle of Plassey just ended within half a day. तो ये बात समझ में नहीं आती। एक साइड 66,000 का आर्मी है, एक साइड 1300 का आर्मी है, तो भी within half a day, the army of 1300 becomes victorious. How it is possible? How it is possible? Right? So, the company got a threshold over 24 Parganas. 24 Parganas is the name of a place. जैसे हमारे गुजरात में भावनगर है, राजकोट है, वैसे बंगाल में 24 परगानास होते हैं। 24 परगानास is the name of a place from where they started to collect their first income in a form of revenue. Right? Mir Jafar was made Nawab of Mecca. Thus, the foundation of company store started with Battle of Plassey. That is my last line. Right? The first foothold of establishment of British rule was established only after Battle of Plassey. Words अलग है, लेकिन मीनिंग सेम। पूरा पक्का हो गया Battle of Plassey? अच्छा, उसके बाद क्या हुआ? That was Battle of Buxar. Now see, as time passed, almost 3 to 4 years, not more than that, right? When Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal, right? He was a little bit more ambitious, right? After becoming Nawab of Bengal, okay, he was in British control for specific amount of time. But after that, he started to hit punches against British. So, within 2 years, he was replaced by his son-in-law. That was called Mir Qasim. कि भाई आप नवाब के लायक नहीं हो, बराबर है? ब्रिटिश ने जाफर को हटा के कासिम को नवाब बनाया, right? Qasim was also under control for a specific amount of time, but he was more ambitious than Jafar. सिराज को हटा के जाफर को नवाब बनाया, जाफर को हटा के कासिम को नवाब बनाया, बराबर है? Qasim was extremely ambitious than Jafar or Siraj. So once again, Qasim was replaced by Jafar. तो म्यूजिकल चेयर वाली गेम शुरू हो गई, इसको हटा के इसको बिठा दो, इसको हटा के इसको बिठा दो, इसको हटा के इसको बिठा दो, बराबर है? केजी 10 में छोटे बच्चे खेलते हैं, बैल बजती है तो दौड़ते हैं, बेटा बैठ जाते हैं। तो जाफर वापस किंग बना। Still, his unlimited activities did not stop. So, once again, there was a bitter clash between British and Jafar, which is termed as Battle of Buxar. Battle of Buxar. 1764. Within a span of 8 years. ये पूरा ड्रामा 8 years के बीच में हुआ था, राइट? सो लेट अस सी Battle of Buxar. The British made Jafar the Nawab of Bengal, and under the pretext he tried to extract plenty of wealth from him. ब्रिटिश ने उसको लूटपाट शुरू कर दी। जाफर ने उसका विरोध किया क्योंकि उसको भी उसका पैसा चाहिए था, और ये विरोध की वजह से उसको हटा के उसके दामाद मतलब सन इन लोगों को बिठा दिया कासिम को, right? Due to his greed to gain more power, East India Company managed to dethrone him, and he was replaced by his son-in-law, Mir Qasim. Right? Now, Mir Qasim proved to be more ambitious than Mir Jafar. Right? गुजराती में बोलते हैं ना, बात मांगे वो, बराबर है? So British was literally fed up of this. कि ये क्या हुआ? दो साल में रूलर जो पपेट रखा था वो बदलना पड़ता है. Thus, he became the threat to a company. Hence, Mir Qasim was removed and Jafar once again was replaced. बराबर? अभी Mir Qasim को बुरा लगा. He fled away. He ran away from Bengal and took shelter in Awadh. Right? He took shelter in Awadh. Along with Nawab of Awadh, other King Shah, right? They made a plan. These three people. कि भाई हमको परमानेंटली ब्रिटिश को बंगाल में से हटाने का है और ससुर को भी हटाने का है, जाफर को भी हटाने का है, ब्रिटिश को भी हटाने का है. So he collected his people, army of Awadh, army of Shah. This combined army of three people met in the place called Buxar against the single army of British, which is termed as Battle of Buxar. Understood? And Mir Jafar fled away and took the refuge in Nawab of Awadh. During this time, the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam came to Awadh. When he came to know about this activity, he extended his support to Qasim. कि चलो भाई आप तुम्हारे साथ हैं, right? So all the three of them decided to join hands and fight against the company, unitedly declaring the war on company. Understood? At Buxar, East India Company fought against the United Army, that is called 2nd October 1764, right? In which the United Army lost. Thus, British emerged outright victorious. And as a gift of this victory, they got the collection of revenue from three provinces. There were Bihar, Bengal, and Orissa. Right? These three provinces at that time was almost 20 to 25% of India, because at that time there was no existence of Bangladesh. There was no existence of Jharkhand and Madhya Pradesh at that time. So they got a chunk of huge province that is called Bihar, Bengal, Orissa. Right? Since 1764. And see, as a reaction of this, if you study after the failure of revolt of 1857, after the failure of revolt of 1857, फिर तो कंपनी ने लूटा आगे सब बाद में बात करेंगे, लेकिन ये बातें बताता हूँ. Bihar, Bengal and Orissa was the province which has borne the maximum heat of British. Maximum लूटफाट ब्रिटिश की ये तीन प्रोविंस है सही है. So उसका रिएक्शन क्या है आप देखो. After revolt of 1857, when Renaissance started in India, New Awakening started in India, who was the torch bearer of Renaissance? You are studying. Raja Ram Mohan Roy from Bengal. उधर से जो शुरू हुआ था 780-59 के बाद till 1945 1847, you will find maximum freedom fighters came from Bengal. Maximum freedom fighters. Number 2, at that time, maximum activities of freedom was going in province of Bengal. It is not wrong to say that up to the beginning of 20th century, Bengal became the epicenter of freedom struggle. Understood? Bengal became the epicenter of freedom struggle. क्यों? क्योंकि सबसे ज्यादा ब्रिटिश का जो रॉब था, मतलब लूटपाट था, एक्सप्लॉयटेशन था, वो सबसे ज्यादा बंगाल में हुआ। Understood? After Buxar, that is around 1764. तो एक बार तो ब्लास्ट हो गए, and that is the reason. See, when you study all the different freedom struggles, see, the first intellectual group of people, which is termed as Congress, is of that time. I am not talking about this time. Right? A group of intellectuals. What is the meaning of Congress? A group of intellectuals. बुद्धिजीवियों की पार्टी उस वक्त की थी, अभी नहीं है. Was established in 1887 in Bengal. Understood? In 1887, the group of intellectuals came together to fight legally for freedom, and one institution was established, which was termed as Congress. Understood? So ultimately, this was the reaction, because maximum heat was brought by Bihar, Bengal and Orissa. Even the division of Bengal took place, you studied. Even the unification of Bengal took place. So all this thing was connected since Battle of Buxar began. So this is how the traders, once upon a time, who came to India as a trader, now became the rulers. Now see, they got a huge province in their hand. Now they started to think over establishment of political activities. ट्रेड बंद कर दो, अभी ट्रेड नहीं चाहिए. तो इसीलिए ब्रिटेन में in 1773 रेगुलेटिंग एक्ट was passed. कौन से साल में? 1773 के साल में. After Buxar, that is called 64. Means lapse of 5 to 7 years. Regulating Act was passed. इसके हिसाब से a company would appoint one representative who will go to India. Understood? And govern the provinces which are under British domination. He would be called as a Governor General of India. Headquarters will be Calcutta, that is called Fort Williams. Right? He would be called Governor General of India. Under him, Governor of Madras, Governor of Surat, and Governor of Mumbai would work. That means he will get support from 3 other subordinates. That is called Governor of Surat, Governor of Mumbai, Governor of Madras, and finally, he is the supreme authority. And he was liable to report directly to England. That is called East India Company headquarters. Understood? According to Regulating Act, which was passed in Britain in 1773 AD. ये सब हुआ, and then officially Warren Hastings became first Governor General of India. Right? In 1773 AD. तो ये जो 1773 की आता है वो चलती है तकरीबन 1857, that is called Revolt of 1857 तक. That is approximately 80 years. Number of governors came to India. Number of governors came to India. What is the main target? To expand the British territory in India. Understood? So, in order to achieve this target, they brought different plants along with them. The name of all the plants are different, but the criteria was same: expansion and loot. Understood? Achha, in the span of 80 years, number of governors came to India, but very handful of governors, few, contributed maximum during their tenure. That we are supposed to study. That is called Lord Dalhousie and Wellesley. Right? First, there is Wellesley. It is called subsidiary alliance system. And Dalhousie. It is called policy of annexation. Right? These two people have contributed to the maximum growth of British power in India. Okay, number of governors were there. Those who were competent remained and complete their tenure for 5 years. Those who found incompetent, they were pulled back before their tenure. Take for example Sir John Shaw. He was a very liberal-minded governor. The tenure of governor coming to India was maximum 5 years. But within 2 years, he was pulled back. कि भाई आप उधर नहीं चलोगे, चलो वापस आ जाओ. तो ऐसे भी कोई थे. मतलब जो ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को फायदा करे, उसको हिंदुस्तान में रखने का. और ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी के लिए जो घातक साबित हो सकता है, नुकसान कारक होता है, उसको वापस जल्दी बुला लो. ये नहीं चलेगा. Okay, we are talking about India, but it was not just India. Their activities now are already spread up to Nepal, even up to Burma, or even Sri Lanka. They, from Calcutta, they have started their political prominence even in China. But that is not our topic. That I will you to study chapter number 4. मैंने एक बार तो बता दिया है क्या हुआ था चाइना. So India was their South Asian headquarters. It was not just limited to India, but making India as a base, they started to look around in whole South Asian nations. It was not just India. So don't forget, but we are studying the history of India, so we are just confronting the limitation of India. Sri Lanka में क्या हुआ? वो अपना टॉपिक नहीं, right? See, now expansion of British rule. The British government passed Regulating Act in 1773 AD, according to which Governor of Bengal was made the Governor General of India. He was liable to look after trade and political activities of the company. Trade तो भूल जाओ, political activities सही है, trade की बात मत करना. And he was to be held by the governors of Mumbai, Madras and Surat. Understood? Warren Hastings became the first Governor General of India. Right? During his time, he made the first war with Maratha. He made the second war of Maratha. He made the war with Hyder Ali. And he went back to England. After his departure, Cornwallis succeeded him. He continued his legacy. Third Mysore War and fourth Mysore War, that is called Tipu, was fought at the time of Cornwallis. And Tipu was defeated, as we know, right? Marathas were defeated. And finally, he went back. Then it was Sir John Shaw. Before completion of tenure, he went back. Now it was Lord Wellesley. He came to India in 1798 sovereignty in India, unchallenged. Almost 80 to 85% of Indian province was now under British. और जो थोड़ा कुछ बचा था वो डलहौजी ने खत्म किया. So within 1840, whole India came under British rule, right? So that was, let us say, subsidiary alliance system. Subsidiary alliance system. The army, the terms and conditions of subsidiary alliance system. The terms and conditions was that the army trained by East India Company will be provided to the state to accept this system. Right? In return, the state accepting this system has to pay for the army and give some province which is equivalent for British income. आर्मी की सैलरी भी वो स्टेट को चुकानी थी और थोड़ा हिस्सा भी देना था कि जिसमें से ब्रिटिश अपनी आमदनी इकट्ठी कर सके. तो इन लोग को ये बुद्धि नहीं थी कि भाई चलो आर्मी ब्रिटिश ट्रेन करे, हम ट्रेन करें, दोनों एक ही है ना, हम क्यों ना ट्रेन करें. बट स्टिल वी डोंट नो. देयर विल बी वन इंग्लिश रिप्रेजेंटेटिव इन द असेंबली. नो फॉरेनर्स विल बी डिप्लॉयड. तो ऐसी जो कंडीशंस थी, इसकी वजह से पूरा हिंदुस्तान उसके क्लच में आ गया. अच्छा, कौन से बड़े बड़े राजा महाराजे उसके क्लच में आ गए थे? देखो, निजाम ऑफ हैदराबाद, मैसूर, अवध, गायकवाड़, सिंधिया, भोसले एंड होलकर, इंदौर. ये बड़े बड़े जो राजा महाराजा था उस वक्त के, वो सब उसकी नेट में आ गए थे. पेज नंबर 6 में उसकी नेट दिखाई दी है. एंड देन इट वाज Dalhousie, policy of annexation, chain link, right? Dalhousie came to India as a governor in January 1848. He was a fierce imperialistic. मतलब वैसा सोचता था कि whites are born to rule the world. पूरा हिंदुस्तान मेरे बाप की जागीर है. पूरा हिंदुस्तान हमारा ब्रिटिश का. इसकी दिमाग की सोच ऐसी थी. है समझ में? Dalhousie adopted the policy of annexation for the expansion of company's rule in India. Right? तो ये जो चार्ट दिया गया है मैं रिफर करता हूँ. मैंने पूरे लेक्चर में तो बताया ही था, लेकिन अभी आप देखो. Annexation by war. पंजाब, पेगू, that is called Lower Burma. War करके दोनों छीन लिए. फिर annexation of a king died without heir. कोई वारिस नहीं था, इसलिए वो राज्य छीन गया. वो था सतारा, जयपुर, संबलपुर, उदयपुर, एमपी, नॉट उदयपुर, उदयपुर, झांसी, बागड़ एंड नागपुर. Annexation of protection of mismanagement, अवध ले लिया कि आपको राज्य चलाना नहीं आता, चलो आपको दे दो. Annexation of protection of down collection, debt collection, उस पे देवा बढ़ गया था. निजाम का हैदराबाद छीन लिया. एक समय में निजाम दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा आदमी था, सबसे बड़ा कंगाल बना दिया उन लोगों ने निजाम. तो पूछो कितना लूटा होगा, कितना लूटा होगा. यू कैन नॉट इमेजिन. उस वक्त कोई हिसाब किताब नहीं था इस इतनी जैसे. सो दिस इज हाउ he brought whole India under his control. Besides becoming imperialistic, Dalhousie was also a reformer. He started first railway line in India between Mumbai and Thane. वो अपने फायदे के लिए था, हमारे लिए कुछ नहीं था. हमारे लिए कुछ नहीं था, अपने फायदे के लिए था. Understood? Wireless system between India and England. Establishment of Public Works Department, जिसे हम अभी आज PWD बोलते हैं. English education during his talk. He passed laws on banning child marriages and advocated widow marriages. थोड़ा बड़ा सामाजिक काम किया था. Thus, within 100 years from the British, the Battle of Plassey, the British rule, the empire both extended in the process and the dissatisfaction arose. And within 100 years, the trader became the rulers. तो रिवीजन में ये दो टॉपिक इंपॉर्टेंट थे, राइट? बाकी इकोनॉमिक इम्पैक्ट को सबको मालूम है कितने लूट फाटे. दैट इज नॉट टू बी टेकन इन दिस topic. Now it is your time to take your homework. Come on. I hope कि आपको वापस सब कुछ समझ में आ गया होगा, right? Homework. Number 1, Battle of Plassey. Write a note on Battle of Plassey. Short. Short. Right? Number 2, short note on Dalhousie's policy of annexation. Policy of annexation. These are the 2 short notes of your homework. Question number 1, write a short note on Battle of Plassey. Question number 2, short note on Dalhousie's policy of annexation. So, with this, we are ending our lecture number 2, revision of chapter number 1. In next lecture, we will start new chapter. Okay, children? So, till then, take care, goodbye, see you in third lecture. Okay?